Okay guys, so Ahsoka, the much anticipated Star Wars show that follows our girl Snips as an adult. How was it? Well, I'm here today to talk about it. What's going on, you guys? The name is Leo Rydell. Welcome to Geekly Goods. Today I'm here to review Ahsoka, but hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below if you enjoy this type of content. And let's talk about Ahsoka, guys, because I really liked it, but I'm right on the cusp of loving it, which is where I want it to be. So let's talk about it. The Ahsoka TV series follows former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano as she investigates an emerging threat to a vulnerable galaxy. And the show stars Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano, Ray Stevenson as Baylan Skoll, Natasha Liu-Bordizzo as Sabine Wren, Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Hera, Eman Esfandi as Ezra Bridger, and Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. And guys, so far, like I was saying, Ahsoka delivers. But does it get me in the mood of loving Ahsoka? Well, listen, let me start out by saying Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka was perfect cast. I think she embodies a more mature Ahsoka, one that we have seen grow from Clone Wars all the way to seeing her at the start of Clone Wars to now the maturity, the heroism, the humbleness, and the stoicism that she displays as a Jedi Master level fighter is amazing. Listen, I love her as this character, and I think this was a fan casting that actually hit the nail on the head. She's got the look, she feels and looks and moves like an older Ahsoka. She just embodies this character to a T. I think this woman did her homework because she feels like Snips older, and she feels like a continuation from Rebels, which is totally what this show is, by the way, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I love Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. Just love her presence, love the transformative nature that she is displaying in this role. Goodness. And she is just so good in this. I really like the two lightsabers. Of course, we have the dual wield back. Love the dual wield, and she just seems so confident and sure of herself in battles. Love her as Ahsoka, and I'm loving that casting. Mwah, so good. They should have done it with Luke Skywalker. Yes, I'm gonna say it. The CG face definitely looked weird, especially in Book of Boba Fett when we saw more of it. Take note, Star Wars, let's just do castings from now on. No more de-aging, please. But I have really enjoyed her time as Ahsoka, and she really brings it on the show. Ray Stevenson, man, I am really liking his character because definitely a little bit of bouncing between Jedi and Sith, definitely a more evil character, but there's a moment in episode 2 where it seems maybe like he's a little questionable, but I like him and his apprentice. I really want to learn more about that character. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think we've seen them at all, so it's cool to see some more original characters, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a little while since I've seen Rebels, so maybe they appear there first, but I think they're original. I believe they're original. And seeing Sabine Wren come back and Hera come back, I really liked seeing where their character arcs went and how their characters have grown or how they're going to grow throughout this show. Really loved seeing and hearing about Ezra too, and I just really love how we are continuing the story from Rebels. But at the same time, that's also a big mistake. But let's keep talking about what's good. The production is great. It feels like a movie, very cinematic in nature. These shots, the cinematography, it feels like it is aiming to be one long film. And I love that for this Star Wars show because, let's be real, Book of Boba did not feel that way to me, at least. And then Mando season 3, I know some people didn't quite like it. I enjoyed it. I think it was the weakest season of the 3, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. And I think that this may even be like a bump up in quality. The lightsaber battles are incredible, awesome choreography, filmed well, edited well, and they feel cinematic. And that's something that I notice about this show is it feels cinematic, it feels grand, it feels bigger than the last shows in the Star Wars lore. It just feels like it's on its own footing when it comes to production, in my opinion. And I really enjoy watching it so far. But I gotta admit, there is one issue I'm having with the show as a whole, and while I said I think it's great that it's a continuation of Rebels, I do think that hinders it a little because I wanted more Ahsoka. I wanted the focus to be very Ahsoka heavy, and we really trail off on Sabine and Hera, especially Sabine. There's a lot of trailing off on that character. We're only 2 episodes in, so I can't quite say that it's very story focused on her, but there's a lot of focus on Sabine and Hera and reuniting the Rebels crew. And not that there's anything wrong with that, because Thrawn is the big bad here. The only thing is, though, I wanted this to be a very Ahsoka-centered show, an Ahsoka-focused show. And so far, it feels maybe more heavy Rebels than it does Ahsoka. So while I love continuing the Rebels storyline, I almost wish we just got Rebels Season 4 in live action. Like, I don't know that we necessarily needed to dub and brand this as Ahsoka and then bring the Rebels crew back in. So my fear is that anybody who hasn't watched Clone Wars or Rebels may feel a little bit lost. So I'm not entirely sure that was the smartest move, just because some people outside of the Rebels and Clone Wars stuff may not understand this fully, because Sabine Wren is not really reintroduced, neither is Hera. Like, these characters just appear. So it does kind of exist outside of that main movie continuity, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for people outside of those fandoms to pick up. And I know that some people only watch the movies, maybe has only watched Mando and some of the shows, but not the animated shows. So it may prove to be a little hard to view if you haven't viewed Rebels. So if you haven't, I definitely recommend going and checking out a summary video of Rebels before you take on this show. But so far, I'm really liking the cinematic production, the lightsaber battles. There's a battle in episode 1 that is awesome. Love seeing Ahsoka versus these droids and getting to really reestablish how powerful this character is. And we see another kind of, I don't want to spoil, I was almost gonna spoil, but we see a really cool battle at the end of episode 1, which sets up for a great character arc for Sabine Wren. So I'm really excited to see where that takes us and where the galaxy takes us here. I think another thing that I'm having a little bit of an issue with is it just kind of lacks energy a bit. And not that I necessarily expected Ahsoka to act like she did when she was younger or anything like that, but I'm lacking a little bit of energy. I'm lacking a little charisma, and I want to see a little bit more as we continue on. These are only the first 2 episodes, so it's very possible that some very big emotional moments are coming up. I mean, it's setting up for more. I believe this is either 6 or 8 episodes. Can't remember exactly the episode count, but we're 2 episodes in, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I just want to love it, because I love the character of Ahsoka. I love Rebels. I want to love it, but there's this clashing nature of it continuing Rebels, because like I was saying in the review, it's, if you know Rebels, you can pick right up and you're most likely going to be along for the ride. If you don't know Rebels, it's going to be very confusing and hard to get into, and the focus just doesn't stay on Ahsoka Tano. It feels very much like Book of Boba Fett, where it did not focus on Boba, lots of side stories explaining how he got out of the Sarlacc pit. But I do like that we're not doing a lot of that catch up and going back to the past and doing all that stuff. We'll probably have some flashbacks, but it's not like we're having full episodes full of flashbacks like Book of Boba. That was rough. So I'm excited to see where this goes, but I just cannot say I love it yet. Maybe in the next couple episodes, I'll be on board to love this, but I'm loving the characters, loving the setup, loving where the story's going. There's a lingering villain in the background who's after Ahsoka. I'm really, really liking this so far, and I really cannot wait to see Thrawn. Like, I'm so excited, guys. You gotta let me know your thoughts down in the comments. So, and hey, if you're new to the channel, like I said earlier, hit that subscribe button, guys. I'll be definitely checking out this series. I can't say that I'm gonna cover it episode to episode, because unfortunately the D+ episodes, I don't necessarily get early. So I'm definitely covering these 2, and then I'll likely cover the finale as a review as well, and hopefully I come back ecstatic, loving the series, because I can say right now I really do like it and I'm very entertained, really enjoy it, but I can't say I love it. If I had to give a rating to Ahsoka the series so far, the first 2 episodes, guys, I'm going with a 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, I really like it. Like, you know what? No, we going with an 8 out of 10, baby. I really like seeing Sabine Wren and Hera back. I love Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka. This feels cinematic. It feels grand. It feels bigger. Good lightsaber battles. Great cinematography and choreography. Really liking this a lot so far. I just need a little bit more focus on snips, and I need just a little less Rebels crew. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I just want the emphasis to be on Ahsoka. This is the Ahsoka show. So I'm hoping that we get that emphasis. But guys, if it's your first time, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And we'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.